You haven't even reached the checkout line, and you already feel like you're drowning. The fluorescent lights are buzzing. Your shirt tag has become impossible to ignore. Your brain isn't broken. It's taking in more information than it knows how to filter. Psychology explains exactly why. Here are 6 traits that reveal how your nervous system was built. Trait 1. Your brain has weaker sensory gating, so things other people's minds throw away automatically, yours keeps. Most brains have a filter called latent inhibition. It quietly decides which background details don't matter. The hum of a fridge, a conversation 2 tables over, and deletes them before they ever reach conscious awareness. In a highly sensitive nervous system, that filter runs weaker. Nothing gets thrown away. It all stays on, logged as potentially important. This is why a room that feels fine to someone else can feel like static to you, with no automatic delete button. But this same trait is the reason highly sensitive people notice details, patterns, and emotional undercurrents everyone else misses entirely. And the next trait is the one most people don't even realize is a sensory issue at all. Trait 2. Your ears can't separate overlapping sound the way other people's can. So a room full of conversation feels like an assault. This is called auditory figure ground processing, the brain's ability to pull one voice out of background noise and quiet everything else down. For a lot of highly sensitive people, that separation doesn't happen cleanly. Every conversation in the room arrives at the same volume, the same urgency, all layered on top of each other with no priority system sorting them out. That's why a busy open-plan office can leave you exhausted in a way that has nothing to do with how social the day actually was. Your brain wasn't tired from talking. It was tired from trying to mute 30 other conversations it never asked to hear, and losing. They aren't ignoring the noise. Their brain filtered it before they ever noticed it. But sound isn't even the loudest signal your nervous system is reacting to. Trait 3. Ever walked into a room and immediately wanted to leave before you even knew why? Your eyes are usually the reason. Fluorescent lighting flickers at a frequency most people can't consciously see, but a highly sensitive nervous system often picks it up anyway, as a vague, nagging discomfort it can't name. Add in glare or a screen at full brightness, and your visual system is doing constant low-level work just to stay regulated, work other people's brains skip entirely. That's why certain rooms feel wrong before you can explain why. Your nervous system flagged something, usually light, before your conscious mind ever caught up. Your body knew first. And the next trait might be the one that explains your exhaustion after being around people more than anything else on this list. Trait 4. You don't just notice other people's emotions. Your nervous system absorbs them as if they were your own. This is rooted in something called emotional contagion, driven partly by mirror neurons. Neurons that fire both when you feel an emotion and when you simply witness someone else feeling it. In highly sensitive people, this mirroring response runs stronger. Walk into a tense room, and you don't just notice the tension, your body starts producing it before you even understand it. Your heart rate shifts, your shoulders tighten, the room's tension becomes yours before your mind has caught up. This means a single anxious coworker, a stressed out partner, or a crowded space full of strangers' low-grade stress can leave you carrying a weight that was never yours to begin with. It's exhausting because you're not managing one nervous system in that room. You're quietly managing everyone's. You leave the room and realize the heaviness in your chest belonged to someone else the entire time. But there's a trait even closer to the surface, one tied directly to your skin. Trait 5. Physical sensations that other people barely register can feel genuinely unbearable to you. A clothing tag, a seam in a sock. For a highly sensitive nervous system, these aren't minor annoyances. They're active, ongoing sources of irritation that compete for the same attention as everything else on this list. And they never shut off. This is tactile sensitivity, part of a documented temperament trait called sensory processing sensitivity, found in roughly 15 to 20% of people. It isn't a disorder, and it isn't new. It's simply a nervous system tuned to register more. When your skin is constantly sending low-level, this is uncomfortable signals alongside everything your ears and eyes are picking up, your total sensory load goes up without anyone around you ever seeing it happen. You're not being dramatic about a tag in your shirt. You're managing one more input in a system that's already running close to full capacity. The final trait is different from all the others, because it's not about what you sense, it's about what happens when too many of these inputs hit you at once. And this is the trait that makes all the others pile up at once. Trait 6. Your brain has a lower threshold for cognitive overload, so switching between tasks costs you more than it costs other people. Every time you shift attention from a conversation to a notification, to a sound across the room, to a thought of your own, your brain pays what researchers call a switching cost. For most people, that cost is small and barely noticeable. For a highly sensitive nervous system that's already processing more raw sensory data than average, each switch adds onto a system that has less spare capacity to begin with. The cost compounds instead of resetting. That's where the crash starts. This is why a day that looks normal on paper, a few errands, a meeting, a quick stop at the store, can leave you feeling like you ran a marathon. You weren't doing more than other people, you were carrying more. Your brain was working harder for every single piece of it all day, without a single break in the load. And this is the trait that ties the other 5 together. So what do you actually do with a nervous system built like this? The goal was never to toughen up or force yourself into more noise, more light, more crowds. The goal is reducing total sensory load before it reaches the point of overflow. That means building in recovery time after high stimulation events, not as a luxury, but as a requirement. The same way an athlete schedules rest between training sessions, it means giving yourself permission to leave a loud room, dim a harsh light, or put in headphones in public without treating it as an apology for who you are. It can mean scheduling errands earlier in the day, or building 5 quiet minutes between meetings instead of stacking them back to back. And it means recognizing the moment your body starts sending the early signals, tight shoulders, racing thoughts, irritability as information, not failure. That's your nervous system asking for less input, not proof that something is wrong with you. You're not overstimulated because you're weak, you're overloaded. And you've been overloaded for years, taking in more, filtering less, paying a higher price every time you're asked to shift. You were never too sensitive. You were never too much. You were never broken. You were built with a nervous system that takes in more of the world than most people ever will. And that comes with a cost most people never have to pay, and a depth most people never get to experience either. Which trait hit closest to home? Drop a number in the comments, 1 through 6.